Section 1. Ancient Battles. The Spartans do not ask how many, but where they are. Agis II, King of Sparta. 1. Fear the Camel. The Battle of Thymbra, Sardis, Kingdom of Lydia, December 547 BC. You know, I think, the prizes in this game. The victors pursue and smite and slay, and win wealth and fame and freedom and empire. The cowards lose them all. He who loves his own soul, let him fight beside me, for I will have no disgrace. Cyrus the Great, Emperor of Persia. The Battle of Thymbra is the terrible true story of how a devastating 1-2 dick punch of face-eviscerating, scythed war chariots and hilariously pissed-off camels helped the Persian Emperor Cyrus the Great forge the biggest and most powerful empire in the ancient world. If you're a fan of dudes getting shredded into bite-sized giblets by razor-sharp whirling blades, while battle-raging pack animals threateningly stampede around the battlefield, causing a ridiculous amount of chaos, then this double-stuffed combination platter of dromedary awesomeness and pointy destruction is exactly the sort of thing that's going to get you so friggin' pumped up out of your mind that your head might possibly burst into flames like the Ghost Rider after wolfing down a plate of thermonuclear hot wings. This tale begins with a particularly brutal group of flesh-ripping bastards known as the Assyrians. The Assyrians were a fearsome, merciless menagerie of militaristic Middle Eastern mofos who beat the holy cake-eating womp-ass out of every single tribe in the Fertile Crescent, built one of the world's first true multi-ethnic empires, and then celebrated their tremendous victories by hacking off the lips and ears of their vanquished foes, skinning their lipless bodies, and then using the flayed skin to cover giant stone obelisks, proclaiming ultimate badass Assyrian supremacy. For some mysterious reason, the good people of the Middle East didn't really appreciate having their skin used as building material for some sick, demented asshole's macabre architectural designs, and before long, the Assyrians' conquered subjects rose up and overthrew their tyrannical masters. The Assyrian Empire split apart, and into the power vacuum rose three kingdoms: Media, Lydia, and Babylon. Naturally, these three kingdoms all came into being with one thought on their collective minds: kill the other two, and rebuild the Assyrian Empire. In the 6th century BC, the king of Media wasn't a hell of a lot better than the Assyrians, so one day a dirt-poor shepherd from the tiny, relatively obscure Median province of Persia decided he was sick and tired of obnoxious jackasses abusing their power all the time and decided to do something about it. This man, Cyrus, whose name comes from the Persian word kurash, meaning either shepherd of his people, one who is like the sun, or one who verbally humiliates his enemies, because apparently ancient Persian translation is an inexact science, put together an army, rose up in revolt, overthrew the tyrant king of Media, renamed the kingdom Persia, and then brilliantly retconned his backstory to say that he was the king's true son, but that he'd been abandoned in the woods as a child like Snow White or Moses, and was only just now getting around to assuming his rightful place on the throne. Since Cyrus was a hell of a lot more chill than the Assyrians and the Medians, and he didn't really see the point in building towering, creepy monuments out of the dried flesh of his slaughtered enemies, nobody really gave him a hard time about it. Unfortunately for the new Persian ruler, one guy who wasn't really feeling the Cyrus love was King Croesus of Lydia, a humorless asshat who, oh yeah, just so happened to be the half-brother of the recently deposed tyrant king of Media. Croesus wasn't really as cunning as Cyrus, but he was really filthy, stinking rich. So in 547 BC,